Hello everybody, this is Astocky here. Welcome to another episode of me playing Dwarf Fortress. What I thought I would do just quickly, I know that you've all seen me use this particular, well, I guess you'd call it an application that comes with the Lazy Noob pack. So when we bring it up, this is Dwarf Therapist. In particular, I use the Splintermine Attribute modification version of it that allows you to do some extra things. Something that I have not used yet is this one called Sound Sense. So now I'm going to run that. And basically what this does is this opens up. Now the very first time that you open this up, it will ask you to point out where your gamelog.txt is. So what I thought I would do is just really quickly show you. So when you open up your Dwarf Fortress Lazy Noob pack, you go into Dwarf Fortress, there is a file in there called gamelog.txt. You just point to that, press OK. And now what this system should do is it should automatically, whenever something happens in Dwarf Fortress, it should play a sound. And the sound is supposed to be linked to whatever the event is that happens. So what I thought I would do is just quickly test it out and see if I like it. The original Dwarf Fortress game comes with music, but other than music there is no sound. So what I'm hoping is that by doing this, I'll get some music and some sound and hopefully some interesting things. Something else that I found out, I've been doing a little bit of, I guess you would call it Googling, that if we come down here now and we go to my weapons, sorry I've gone too far, you can see that I have 3 obsidian short swords, and I said they are supposedly as good as steel and would be an excellent starting weapon. It turns out they are exactly what they sound like. They are sharpened rocks. They are the lowest of the low, only slightly better than having a wood sword. So they're not as good as I thought they were. They are an obsidian weapon though, and obsidian is a fairly valuable material. So I'm hoping, like I said, hoping that I'm going to get lucky and something good is going to happen. Just have to excuse me for a moment. I'm just going to pause the video quickly. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so now for those of you who have just watched the video that I just uploaded, I just showed you how the Prospect tool works. What I haven't shown you yet is that this particular tool can also be used in-game, and it will tell you the same thing. So it will give you a list of how many of different kinds of materials are in the level, and that's because now everything has been generated, so it knows exactly where things are. It tells you about the water, it tells you about the magma, it tells you about all the different layer materials that your world is made up of. But now you can see it says 124 to 140. I'm at level 132, which is actually 3 below the 0 point. So 135 I think is the 0 point, which is where you start, so that's in the middle of clay. And you can see as you go down, you get to all the different levels. And then we can come down a bit, we can see there's ores, there's a large sort of variety of ores that are here, a large variety of gems, which is all the same as before. There are lots of vein stones. What there also is now is it also shows you all of the different shrubs and all of the different trees that are available in the world. I don't know whether that has any particular use. I can't think of any use that it would have. It also tells you there's an aquifer though, and in fact there are 994 aquifers at level 123. So if I was mining in those particular regions, that would be a bad thing. But for those of you who remember, when I first generated this world, it had multiple biomes, and I think it was somewhere down the bottom corner down here was where those aquifers were. So I'm just going to zoom back in now and head back. So now my woodcutter has still not cut that tree, and until he cuts that tree I really have no ability to actually do anything useful with my defensive perimeter that I have here. Actually I can hit Shift D now and see my depot access, so you can see that my wagon can indeed get through that little gap that I've left, but that everywhere else is blocked and access has been blocked. Even right up to the top access has been blocked. So monkeys could get across because they could just climb through the ramps that I had previously, but I'm hoping that very soon I'm going to be in a situation where that won't be a problem. And in fact, I think the best way to do that is going to build a bridge is going to be the first thing I'm going to build. Bridge is G. So I'm going to build just a small little bridge, a 3 wide bridge. I'm going to place it just there. I'm going to say it raises in the left direction, which means it's going to fold up and basically build a solid wall just there on this side of my defenses, just inside, which is where my defensive wall is eventually going to run. And I will build that, and I want to make it kind of valuable, so I'm going to build it out of obsidian. I know it's a long way that it's got to go to get it, but I think in the end that small obsidian bridge is going to be worth it. And now we'll go, actually I'll check what my idlers are first. My carpenter has no job, so he's just hanging out now, not really doing anything much. At least that's what it looks like. So I'm going to go to the jobs menu, which is JM, make wooden cages. I have issued him the job to do that, so he should start doing that now. In fact, he is constructing a building. I wish I knew what building he was constructing. That kind of thing would be quite nice to know. Now, something else I have here is I have in my kitchen prepare lots of easy meals, but what I haven't done is I haven't set up my kitchen options. So where are my plump helmets? Oh, there we go, plump helmets. I don't want to cook with them, I only want to brew with them. And same with my sweet pods. I don't want to brew drinks with my sweet pods because I want to turn them all into sweet pod stuff. And I have all this meat that I'm willing to cook with. In fact, I don't want to cook with my wine or my milk. Happy to cook with all of my tallow because I know I can get lots more tallow later on, and definitely happy to cook with all my turkey eggs because I have so many turkey eggs. Now the last thing I wanted, one more thing I wanted to do. What was it? Totally forgotten now what it was. That's what it was. I wanted to go to my farming level, and I've got lots of processed plants into barrel tasks that hopefully someone will do soon. But I want to find out, does anyone in my group have the cheese making skill? Cheese making. Yes, my farmer is set to make cheese. What I'm also going to do is have this person here also set to make cheese. And this person here, I'm going to give them those tasks each. I don't want them cooking because the quality of the food that comes out is important to me, but I'll put them both on brewing as well, and I'll put them both on lye making and milling and shearing and spinning and pressing. So they're going to be sort of like two farmer dudes, and that to me is going to be a pretty important thing. So let's resume. Let's see how our guys are going. Mr. Mook, the militia commander, currently has no job. What things can he do? Why does he have no job? He can make crossbows. He can hunt. He's not a very good farmer, but he can. And that's about it. Let's have a look at what craft workshops I have to see what things we can put him into. Metalsmithing. You know what he can probably do? He can probably make lots and lots of charcoal. Make charcoal. Put that on repeat. Let's go to Mr. Mook and say, Mr. Mook, you need to wood burn. And you also need to furnace operate, just in case this other guy can't do it. So let's resume, and let's see what he's now doing. He is now making charcoal. I know that's a pretty low kind of thing for a militia commander to be doing, but okay, needs empty barrel, otherwise they can't make any sweet pod liquids. That is a most unfortunate thing. Hopefully what we can do though is we can make some cheese. Make cheese. What I am going to do though is I'm going to need to queue up some more jobs. I'm going to go queue. I want rock pot, and I want to make another. Let's make another 20 rock pots. So we've got someone. Who are you? We have. Who are you? You are. Must be one of the new guys. Competent Swords Dwarf. Yeah, he's definitely one of the new guys. Ooh, a ewe has given birth to a lamb. That is excellent. Can't process anything into barrels because there's no empty barrels, so we need to obviously get some more barrels. Stray dog has given birth to a puppy. I'm not getting any sound out of this. I'm not sure why that is. It says it should be playing everything, so it should be like making noises and stuff. See, it's reading these sounds, but it's not making noise. Unless I've got an issue with my volume. No, I don't seem to. Yeah, I don't know. Let's leave it on the currently playing window, so hopefully we should see what's actually going on whenever something happens. Let's head back to this. We've had some announcements, so I thought cancels make cheese, needs unrotten milk. I thought I had lots of unrotten milk. Oh wow, no, I've got goat's cheese. Okay, so I've already got lots of cheese. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm going to try and spin some thread, because I'm pretty sure I shaved... Did I shave both my animals? Did I shear them? Gonna have to go to Z for statistics. The wool is short. Yes, so she has been shaven, which means someone, if they have the spinning skill, which they do now, should be able to make some yarn. What are my miners doing? They're both digging. My manager, Dragon, now has no job. And my weaponsmith now has no job. Okay, so Dodok, what can you do? Where is Dodok? Dodok. You have lots of, I guess, plant-related skills. And you can be a furnace operator. But you can't be a wood burner. So hopefully Atia is still burning some wood. Mr. Mook, the militia commander, is. So what's Atia doing? Storing an item. Dragon. Your skills are wood cutting. Why are you not cutting wood then? If I have any wood on the surface and you're not cutting it, he has cut it. Okay. In that case, hopefully someone will collect that wood then. Excellent. So now we can go D for designate, H for channel down. And we can channel all that out. And then hopefully a miner should do that quite soon. We've struck Galena. Where are these guys digging now? Ah yes, that's where I was trying to get all that ore out. So we're definitely getting a good amount of ores and things out here. So here they are, once again, digging themselves crazy. We have someone now preparing meals, which is good. Let's queue up a few more of those because we don't want them to run out of food. And how are we going for food now? We have 16 prepared meals. That's a good thing. So now that I'm starting to get prepared meals, I'm going to put just here a food stockpile, and I'm going to put just here another food stockpile. Now I'm going to just edit those two food stockpiles. This one here is going to be food. I'm going to turn off everything. But I'm going to leave prepared food on. So this is just going to be a prepared food stockpile. This one here is going to be food on. It's going to be no prepared food, but it's going to be everything else. But we want to forbid no seeds. And we don't want, whoops, we do want that, but we don't want dwarven syrup in there. And we don't want animal extracts or miscellaneous liquids. Okay, so that should be good. So that'll make all the food now be right near the kitchen in a place where it's easy to use. Everyone now has a job. The mason, excellent, he's now constructing that setup. Here it is, you can see the first little circle showing that it's being built. It's a partially constructed bridge. Once he finishes building this bridge, come on, okay, there we go. So we now have a completed bridge, which means I can now go designate H for channel, and I can channel out even more. In fact, I'm thinking I can channel right up to the river, and that shouldn't cause me too many issues. I guess we'll find out soon if it digs in and then floods. But I think because the ramp's on that side of it, we'll be fine. Let's just check though anyway. No, that's channeling down into the water. So that's probably not ideal. I think I'm going to have to cancel back a couple on that side and then do the same thing there. And then I'm going to build a wall. I'm just going to make a little too high wall there. I'm going to make it out of maple logs because logs are just the easiest. And then we'll do the same thing here. Build a wall. Just going to make it 3 high this time. Make it out of ash logs this time. And that should give my carpenter a job. And once that's all finished, it should make everything sweet. How's my job manager going? Lots of rock things to make. Lots of pots to make. I wonder if with my manager job if I can increase priority. Let's make that right to the top and then make that second. Got no idlers, so that's good. That means my fortress is doing its thing. My farmer's not currently doing anything. I thought my farmer was also my chef. So does that mean he has finished making all of those meals? No. Then why is he... there we go. He's now planting seeds and doing different jobs. So we'll go back to here. What should be happening now is this guy here should be making charcoal, and he should be putting the charcoal somewhere. It's all just building up just there. So I'm going to now have to mine out a little area here. And I'm going to, once I finish mining that out, I'm going to fill that with a bit of a stockpile that's going to hold all my charcoal for me. That is, of course, once my miner decides that he's ready to do that. Have I got anyone who's particularly good at anything yet? Both my miners are very good at being miners, but that's about it. Still drinking. He's a thirsty, thirsty guy. Digging. Okay, where is he digging? Aha, he's still digging out this area. Yeah, I've designated way too much for him. That's probably okay. How am I doing for mechanisms? Stocks. I think they're under tools. No, they're not. Mechanisms, there we go. I have 15 mechanisms at the moment. So, using those mechanisms, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to place a lever. So build T for traps levers, L for lever. I'm going to put it just in here, next to my meeting hall entrance. I'm going to use a Nice mechanism. Hopefully someone will build that soon. Like I said, hopefully someone will build that soon. Got 2 idle dwarves. Back to no idle dwarves. But nobody is building my lever. Okay, some more migrants have arrived. So let's unpause for a few seconds. Let's check out who they are and what they've brought with them. Wow. There's a lot of them who've just come in. 9 in fact. Wow, 9 more of them. In this case, I believe it is time to start a military. Yep, I'm thinking it is definitely time to start a military. So let's have a look at these people and let's see which of them have military talents. Wow, we have an accomplished spear dwarf, a competent spear dwarf, an adept axe dwarf. Tell you what, if you have teaching, no, you don't. Okay. Yeah, you know, I think we've got a mace dwarf, we've got a hammer dwarf, swords dwarf. I think Cole and Kumel and Kib and Alath, they're definitely going in the military. Oh, Dastot and Dodok also have Mark's dwarf skill. So I think I'm going to end up with a couple of military squads out of this. So let's start to assign them now. I don't want to forget who they were. So let's start by assigning Dastot and Dodok to be Mark's dwarves. Need to make 2 more wooden crossbows. And then I'm going to set my manager to make wooden bolts. I'm going to make another 10 lots of wooden bolts. But for now we want to go to the M for military screen. And we want to now add the next dwarf into my archer group, which is the Copper Roses, and the next one is going to be Dodok and Dastot. Dodok and Dastot. Okay, there we go, Dodok, and now we want Dastot. So when we go now to equipment, they are all going to be individual choice ranged and leather armor. Let's go for their schedule. What do we want them to do? We want them to train. We want to edit these orders. So we want to say soldiers minimum 1, so at least one of them is training at all times. And then we want to copy that. And then we want to paste it. So I'm not going to put them on active training just yet, but I'm going to set them up to be just like that. And then I'm also going to now go to M, which I think is my S, which is my squad screen. Okay, I'm doing this wrong now. I'm going to go to Noble, Militia Captain. I'm going to create a new position of Militia Captain, and it is going to be Dragon. Oh, there he is. Dragon. And now we're going to go to the Squads menu. No, the M for Military menu. And we're going to create a squad for him, and they're going to wear metal armor because they are going to be weapons dwarves. So this guy we're going to go equip, not individual choice melee. We're going to say we want you to take a weapon, we want you to take a battle axe. Now we're going to go back to the squad list, P for positions. The next person we're going to put in is going to be Kib, our accomplished spear dwarf. So back we go here, we want Kib. Why is Kib not showing up? Competent spear dwarf. Why are you showing up as Godin? Maybe, just maybe, Kib's not yet on the map. Okay, Kib is now on the map. We'll just give it a few more seconds. Okay, now let's try this again. We want M for military. Where is my Kib? Aha, there he is. An accomplished spear dwarf. Now the next person is going to be Alath. Alath, who is an adept axe dwarf. And then the fourth position, I'm going to go for 5 positions here. That's a bit higher than I normally would. The next person is going to be Kumul, who is my hammer dwarf. So Kumul, my competent hammer dwarf. And then lastly, I want my mace dwarf. Mace dwarf. So now I have a squad of 5 for them. Now equipment. He's a mace dwarf, so equipment. We don't want him to take individual choice melee. We don't want that. We want weapon. You need a mace. Now Kumul. Kumul is a hammer dwarf. So we want Kumul to once again not have individual choice melee. but to have a Warhammer, a Lath, I believe he's an Axe Dwarf. Yes, a Lath is an Axe Dwarf. So he needs to take a Battle Axe, individual choice, Battle Axe, Warhammer, Mace, which makes you my super awesome Spear Dwarf. Now we're going to go to we're going to pen some of our animals here now, once again. And this time the new ones that have come in. So we have 2 small donkeys have come in. And that should be good. So I haven't got half as much stuff as I wanted to get done in this episode, but at least now I know that I'm almost ready with my military. I've got my 2 military squads, a squad of 3 and a squad of 5. In fact, I'm going to go to my squad of 5 and go to the training schedule. We're going to, for the Tombs of Carrying, we're going to edit that order. They only have 5 people, so we're going to say we want 3 people training. I'm going to copy that and then paste that all the way up. So now they're currently inactive. I can put them on active. Training if I want. So the Copper Roses are currently inactive, and the Tombs of Carrying are also inactive, which means they're doing their civil duties. I don't have a barracks yet or any other area where they can actually do any work, so I'm going to leave them do their own thing for the moment. What I do need though is I need someone to make some wooden crossbows so that I can arm my archers. So I'm going to add one of these new people who's not currently doing anything. Actually, Dastot already has crossbow making. So where is Dastot? Dastot is making wooden crossbows. Excellent. The militia commander, Mr. Mook, is currently not doing anything. A bunch of farmers not doing anything, some peasants not doing anything. Let's go into here and start smelting some of these ores. Let's smelt all the native silver that I've got. So let's go and just look at what these are first. This is lots of galena. Lots of galena. So actually what I might do is change that order. Cancel that order, add a new task. Let's smelt some galena instead. And we want to make that a repeating task. Now which one of my dwarves has furnace operating? I'm going to add Kib maybe, and then that one. No, not that one, sorry. And not the one above because he's a mason. Your only thing you have is pressing, so I'll make those 2 guys furnace operators, and I'll make them also wood burners as well. And I do have a weaponsmith and I do have an armourer now, which is not really too bad. So hopefully I'm not too far away from being able to get some things to happen. I don't have any metals yet though, or at least I don't have any useful metals. Just going to let things run for a few seconds and see what happens. So he's now smelted up some bars. He's now smelting up some more. That's got to be a good thing. Let's go in here and let's cut some gems. Cut gem, repeat, add, shell opal, that sounds nice. Let's cut that and repeat. Rock crystal, add, cut, repeat. Red tourmaline, cut, repeat. Tanzanite, cut, repeat. So now hopefully my my craft dwarf is going to start doing that. Where is my craft dwarf? Totally forgotten all of their names. Carpenter. Yeah, that's him. He's on a break. Lazy bum. How are we going for stocks of plants? 61 plants, lots of plump helmets. So we should be able to go back now and queue brew drinks and put that on repeat. Hopefully now we should be able to process plants to barrel and put that on repeat as well. Got a bunch of guys here who should have plant processing. Actually, not you, not you, not you, not you, and not you. So I've got a couple more guys who can process plants. Let's let this thing go and see what happens. These three middle farmers though, Kamul, Cole and Godin, have all got nothing to do right now. Godin, your skill lays in plant processing, so you should be processing plants now. Kadol, your skill lies in making armor. So as soon as I get something, you should be able to start making that. And who was the third guy? Kumul, Cole, and Godin. So Godin, we talked about you. Kadol, we talked about you. Cole. Yeah, you've got those skills as well. As far as I'm concerned, stop being lazy. There's no excuse to be lazy here. So I need empty rock pots. Why am I not making rock pots? I am making lots of them. Apparently I need to make more. They're still telling me they have no job. I don't agree with them. Let's go in here. Let's make weapons and armor. Let's go silver. Make a silver mace. Add a new task. We'll make a silver warhammer. I don't have any other materials that I can make weapons out of at the moment. So let's put those two tasks on repeat. No, I've changed my mind. Let's not repeat that, but let's repeat the warhammer, because silver warhammers are going to be worth lots of money to me. And I wonder if I can make armor out of silver. No, I can't. Well, that stinks. Okay, make wooden cage has been completed at the very least. So what I should hopefully be able to do now is set up some traps in my little corridor here. So I'm going to go build T for traps and levers, C for cage trap. Build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The boa currently has no job. There's quite a few of them that have no job. So because of the number of people jobless, I'm now going to designate a mine and going to mine that area just there out, and I'm going to build a barracks. So manager, we want a new order, we want a rock weapon rack, 1, new order, we want a rock armor stand, 1. My little brewer dude is brewing his brains out to the point that I've got 92 now. In terms of plants though, I've still got lots of sweet pods. Got a few pigtails too. Definitely have though now more dwarves than I know what to do with. So I need a bed. So once again, oops. Construct, make new order, bed, let's make 20 of them. Hopefully that should work for me. The boa has no job. Dastot. What can Dastot do? Why is he not showing up? He's DASTOT Rithholanish. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's just a crossbow maker. Okay, in that case, I'm going to give him also wood crafting. So he can now also make, hopefully, he can start to make these wooden bolts for me. Because I have a making a rock pot in that one. Making lots of rock pots in that one. So what should happen now is once needs empty barrel. I totally thought that I had enough barrels now. Maybe I just am not doing as well as I thought I was. He's cutting all those rocks though and still doing an excellent job of that. Okay, someone's going to start making wooden bolts now. My mechanic is going to make rock mechanisms on... No, not repeat. Let's just make another 10. These guys are digging. Finally, they're digging the barracks out. They haven't dug that bit there yet though, but... What I can do now is start to make it a barracks by build bed. Still need a bed. So I can just remove that bed. And once someone gets around to removing that bed, there we go, I can now build it up here. Build bed and then place it there. There we go, so now I can R. He's fighting. The flying copper bolt strikes the porcupine in the head. I think these are all old reports. Yes, they are. Make it a bedroom. Make this much bigger, and then say barracks, and then we will assign both squads to training, and then we'll go to the squads menu, S for view schedule, now maybe it's M for military. So the civilians are currently inactive. These guys, I want them to be training. Maybe I have to do it like that. Aha, go to individual combat drill, excellent. Have I actually made any more weapons? I have made 2 more chestnut crossbows, but that's not exactly ideal. We're still not really getting there with most of these jobs. We've made lots of wooden bolts though. So when I finally mine out an archery range, which I'm going to do here, I should very nearly be good to go. Okay, so I've got that bit of my wall built just there, which is good. Excellent, I have the rest of my wall built there as well now, so I don't think anyone will be able to get past. But yeah, not totally sure. Yeah, lots of people now doing their individual combat drills, trying to train themselves up. Let's build. I want an archery target, which is capital A. Lead bars sounds good. Because I pretty much have no other use for lead bars that I can think of. So why do I not have any weapons being built? What is my weaponsmith doing? Weaponsmith. It is Dodok. Dodok the weaponsmith. What is Dodok doing? An individual combat drill. Okay. It would be slightly more useful to me if you were to actually build something. Just saying. My cage traps aren't getting built. So much stuff not happening. Okay, you have no job, you're my armorer. Okay, so my armorer, I think, is going to become a weaponsmith. Just because he needs to do something. Forging a silver mace, perfect. So I want to go We want to go designate Z. Got to do it here then, don't we? Remove upstairs ramps. We want to take all of those away. And then we want to build a wall. We want to build it to be a 2 high wall. Better make it a 3 high wall. Build it there. And we'll make it out of... Does that mean I have no wood left? It's looking like that means I have no wood left. Whoops. Lead bars. That's gonna require some person who probably has skills that I don't even have, isn't it? Any metal smithing. I think that's that one just there. So you will do just perfectly there in the center. Coal. You will be a metal crafter. Coal is constructing a building. Does that mean that I've dug out everything that I was trying to dig out? No. No, definitely have not. Time to dig some more stuff out. He's become a legendary miner. Cancels making wooden bolts, need more logs. That is just not acceptable to have run out of logs. So let's start by designating every single log inside my base, and then designating everything else that's on that side of the river as well. So there we go, we've got a log now. So job manager. So we're still going to go back and we're still going to make those wooden bolts now. It has become winter. No, it's mid-autumn. Wow, this place freezes up really early. I think it's the end of autumn when I'm due to start getting basically stuff to sell. And that's going to be the point where I'm going to hopefully be able to buy lots of iron ore. So let's go here. Add a new task. Let's go for wood. Make wooden crafts and put that on repeat. I don't know how many I'm going to get done. Why did a chicken bone just end up there? It's grey langur meat, chestnut crossbow, giant leather backpack. What the heck is that stockpile? That should have been a weapon stockpile. Stockpile, we want B for bars and blocks. I want the first half there to be one thing, the second half there to be another thing. So let's now go to this stockpile here and change the settings. We want to forbid metal bars and forbid let's just disable bars and blocks from there. Coming over here, we want to change settings. Bars and blocks, we want metal bars, forbid, 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 forbid. And then here, we want change settings, bars and blocks, forbid, 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 forbid. And then over here, we only want coal. So hopefully they should start moving things all around the place. Stocks, how are we doing for weapons now? We've now got 3 silver warhammers, 3 obsidian short swords, and a silver mace. It's a pity I don't have any materials that I could use to make spears or anything like that. Atia, Olnel, and Golden are all useless. Atia is a farmer and a furnace operator. Was Golden, wasn't it? He's just a straight farmer. So maybe, yes, let's add a new task then. Let's start to make some lavish meals. Okay, now we're also going to add a new task to link up a bridge. We want the next bridge. We want the cheap obsidian mechanisms there, and then for the lever we'll go for the fairly cheap obsidian mechanism. Let's just make sure I've still got good depot access. I do across the bridge. And they can get all the way in. Perfect. A tier still has no job. What is a tier's job meant to be? Spinning, shearing, cheese making, plant gathering, plant processing, brewing. So add a new task, let's brew drink, put that on repeat, and that should give him a job. Everything's starting to freeze here, so it's all getting really cold and probably quite unpleasant and uncomfortable. New order, bin, wooden bins. Let's make another 10 wooden bins. Cut tanzanite and cut shell opals. What do we have here? Tanzanites, zircons, and shell opals. Add task. Red zircons. Let's cut those and make sure we get all those cut as well. My gem crafter should be getting reasonably good now, I think. Gem cutting. 3. So he's now considered to be competent. I was kind of hoping the caravan would arrive now. It's now late autumn. The caravan should totally be here by now. If I somehow missed it. Okay, so let's build table. Lots of tables. Do I have any chairs? Looks as though I do. 2 chairs so far. Struck tetrahedrite. No idea what tetrahedrite is. Lots of prepared meals though. Hopefully some of them are lavish meals as well. Lots of cheese, lots of plants, lots of eggs. Farmer's workshop, we want to put things in barrels. Somehow I still have no empty barrels. What about beds? I've got to have beds, don't I? Build bed? Yes. Definitely mining out huge amounts of obsidian here, like obscene amounts of obsidian. I didn't really want this to go for quite so long. Okay, the outpost liaison and the caravan has arrived. Nice. Do we have any bad stuff? We have a Draltha. I have no idea what a Draltha is. A large long-bodied grazer with thick mane that feeds on the tops of tower cap mushrooms deep under the earth. Wow, where is that? Okay, they are in the caverns, so they're not really anywhere that's useful to me anyway. And the other thing I think was a raven. Yeah, a couple of ravens. So now now that the trading caravan is on the way, let's go here, move goods to and from the depot. Let's not sort by distance, let's sort by value. So we'll transfer all of our good obsidian things. In fact, we'll take all of the mechanisms. Got lots of different gems. Don't want to sell off my doors or my bolts. Some of these gems are really useless. We don't want to sell anything that says rough. King snake tooth crown. Some bone crowns. Don't remember making anything out of bone, but that's cool. A wood bracelet. Heaps of raw materials. Wow, some of these gems are really almost valueless. Like they're worth less than lead bars. That really says something about their quality. Couple of wooden crafts. Monkey bones. Let's take these 3 prepared food pots and a prepared food barrel. I guess let's just see how we go. Cheese barrel. Just want to make sure I hadn't missed anything. No, I think that's good now. So now they should start moving all of those goods. And I think I'm going to come back in the next episode and hopefully show you how this trading goes. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've been enjoying this episode. This went way longer than I was intending to, but I really was just hanging out for that caravan to arrive. So thank you very much for watching. Astocky out.